Hey, it's a Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Welcome back to another edition of 2 p.m. with Trigger, live every Monday through Friday right here and on several other channels as well. It's great to use technology to stream on one time, multiple places to be heard to amplify the brand. And that's what I'm here about every day. I'm here to help you learn media savvy skills to elevate you, your brand, so you and your message can shine further and further. It's all about your brand authority. It's all about your brand messaging. And it is so important to make sure you don't cloud your messaging. It's just so important that you don't just spam things out there. We're going to talk about that today because I don't know about you, but I love using social media platforms, especially LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my number one platform for business. It's a business centric platform, but it's also one of the best amplifying platforms out there. But it's also maybe one of the most abused business platforms as well, because there's an etiquette to reaching out, to making connections. There's an etiquette to sharing who you are and what you do and why you do it. Everything from the posting to the emailing to just your content calendar, even how you do these lives. There's a way to do it that's going to show you as the authentic you, the authoritative brand expert that you are. And there's also a way that you can get out here and it will be a train wreck. Earlier today, in fact, part of my coaching was on using Restream, the service I'm using right now, and helping someone else learn how to get out here further and do it in a professional way. People are always looking for more ways to have a greater reach, greater influence, but they want it simple. They want it professional looking. They want it to be on brand messaging. And how do you do that? Today, we're going to talk about that messaging through your LinkedIn email. LinkedIn email is a great way to work. The messenger is simple and clean. You've even added some features recently. Like now you can connect your Calendly, which I love the Calendly for all my bookings. That Calendly now can be linked right into the messenger. So instead of dropping and clicking and cutting and pasting, you can literally hit that button and it will add in your calendar link for people to easily book. Right there, let's talk about that calendar link. Let's talk about how you use that really easily here, because I'm going to share screen a little bit here every so often, just so you get an idea of this. But one thing you want to consider when you use those links, only give it to people that have either asked to be connected to you and asked to have a one-on-one call. Do not blindly just give your link up to everybody that you meet. There's an appropriate style to show up. There's an appropriate style to communicate with. And that's one of the things that's really a pet peeve of mine. And here I go sharing my screen because I want you to see what I'm talking about. The in-mail is right here. Actually, let me go back over here for a second. Let me unshare that for one moment. Let me get out of that. There we go. So let's see if this is going to work the way I want it to work now. We're going to share screen. Go over here. There we go. Now we got the right one. So here's the shared screen. And this is really, I'm going to go even bigger here, hopefully. This is on LinkedIn. This is the inbox of messages. And every day we all get messages. I get hit with so many different messages, but this is the ones that I do not like. They're also branded in-mail. You do not have a contact. You do not know them. They are sending out an email to try to get business from you. I'm going to be really upfront. Most in-mails that I do not know, I read one sentence and I delete, honestly. If they do not know me, have a relationship, or they're not identified as a connection of somebody else, they're fishing for sales, and many of them are the same pitch over and over again. There are certain services, products I don't need anymore, or I offer them myself, or it's just a waste of time. It's not in my business niche. Why waste time reading an email? Why waste time taking it on when it's not in your area that you want to do business? So delete it. Don't waste your time on these things. But when they start off with, "Hi, Rich, quick question." "Hello, Rich." Okay, they said my name twice in the first two lines. They clearly don't know me. They're not referencing the previous conversation. They're not picking up on a thread or one of my posts. They're simply fishing here. And right away, it also says, let me know if we can be open to have a chat. A chat about what? About your services, about your products. They're trying to make it sound like they know what I do, but they don't know what I do. When you use the messenger, when you reach out to people, make sure you identify. Hi, hello, hey, we met at this mixer. We met at this networking group. We were at this in-person event together. Build a bridge right away and let them know who you are right off of the top. If people have met me and they've seen me speak or they hear me talk, they know my nickname is Trigger. Very often, hey, Trigger, great meeting you at XYZ. Great lead-in. Because they know me, they've heard me, they know my brand, they know who I am personality-wise, and then they'll go into it. Now, the second tip is do not go right for the sales pitch. LinkedIn is business, yes, but it's business relationships that turn into business deals. And that's a big shift for a lot of people. So when you do your in-mails, when you do your connections, do not go for the hard pitch right away. Ask about what they do. What are the challenges they're facing? Hey, I got this new blank. I was curious if you've heard about it. Make a human connection first. Talk about something that's personal, exciting, something you're celebrating. Ask them what they're up to and try to get to know the common ground. Again, I try to find connections that I already know have liked common connections. One of the ways to do that, let's go back to sharing the screen here for a moment. One of the ways to do that is when you're on LinkedIn, go up to this button here that says My Network. So when you go to My Network, you can see I've got connections, I've got people, now people I follow, groups and events, right? So I can go in the connections. I've got these people right here. So if I want to know, I'm going to pick on someone I know here just a little bit. If I want to go see who Jeff knows, I can go to Jeff and I can see that Jeff and I have 4 contacts already in common. We've already got 4, but I want to know who else Jeff knows that I might be interested because I've got a good relationship with Jeff. And Jeff would be a good lead magnet for me. So now I go into Jeff's list and I start looking to see who else Jeff might be in contact with. He has over 500 plus connections. So you go there. Now I have his list. I can go in and start looking for people that I may be interested in doing business with because they're in the media space. They're a broadcaster. They're a podcaster. They're an expert coach on something to do with media related stuff that I search out. Go into people's lists like that are open lists, and then you go click on somebody and find them. So this one down here is I train service members and veterans in the skills of financial dominance. Now, financial area is not my area. So I just ignore it, not going to do it. But if they were into, I'm a podcaster looking to elevate my media skills bigger, or I have a podcast show looking for more guests, I would click on Frank. I would introduce myself to Frank and say, hey, shared connection is Jeff Levine. Jeff and I know each other, and boom, you start connecting that way. Always go for the easy connection point. Don't just blindly spam people. Again, when you go to the messenger and you open up your messenger and you see in-mail, ask yourself, who are they? What do they want? And is there even any purpose of even doing business with them? And then flip it around for you. You should be mining LinkedIn. You should be looking for new contacts. Give them a short teaser. Whet their appetite to just kind of test the water and see if you want to be a connection. Do not do a sales pitch. Do not put your calendar in. Do not talk about the next greatest, biggest project you've got going that you're looking for a partner. Just let them know, hi, I saw it. We share common connections. We have a shared interest in business. I'd love to get to know you more a little bit. Boom. Another great way to do that is go to one of their posts. If you want to get to know somebody, click on their profile, go look at one of their posts, and go make a comment. Don't just give the emoji. The emojis are great. We all love the smiles and the hugs and the high fives. But give the emoji, but then take time to go write something constructive or interesting or ask a question about their post. Perk their interest in who you are, and then send a note, then send the messenger and say, hey, I just found your article. on XYZ really, really amazing. It challenged me. I've got a question for you based on that. Take their content, amplify their content, share your view, reach out, use Messenger, and then you have an easier way to connect with people. And believe me, this works over and over and over again. You will increase your input to better connections. When you meet with better connections, let them talk more than you talk. Okay? Learn about that. You can always have a second call. You can get done with that call. When you do get the call, get done with the call and say, hey, this has been great. I think we should set up another one. And there might be some synergy. There might be some chemistry here that we might be able to help each other out. But don't go full court press on your first message to link out with anybody. It just doesn't work. It's a frustration on mine. I feel like people are just spamming and blowing up. Be courteous. Show that you and your brand are courteous, respectful, you're in touch, you understand, and you're one of those high-class people. Even on social media, you're one of those high-class people that people will want to do business with. Messaging on Facebook. It's a powerful tool, but it's abused or rarely even used properly. I hope some of these tips today have helped you out to better help you use it so you can elevate your brand, so you can get more followers, more new connections. If you haven't connected with me on LinkedIn, it's really easy. Let me bring back up here for 1 second. I'm going to take you to my profile. If you have not connected, I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you permission to go connect with me, practice these steps with me. Here I am, Rich Trigger Bontrager. You find me on LinkedIn. I got the clapper board. It's really easy. Practice, reach out to me. Hey, I saw your live today. I saw your comments on messaging on LinkedIn. Whatever you want to do, go look at one of my old posts. I recently posted one with a mullet for Halloween. Go find the mullet picture, make a comment, and let's connect. Have some fun. That's how you grow your brand. That's how you connect with the right people, by doing your research and making sure you're targeting the right people and doing it respectfully, authentically, so you get the right conversation, the right door to open, and the relationships will grow and grow. If you ever have questions about all this or other ways that you could better rock the stage, you can always contact me, rich@richbontrager.net. And tomorrow night on How to Rock the Stage, we are going to have an amazing show as we are going to be talking about voice acting. Richard Crossman is a professional voice actor. He's a writer, producer, and he acts on stage as well. But he's going to talk about voice acting. It's a growing industry that is not just for the professionals anymore either. There are many ways to get involved in using your voice and your talent through the broadcast medium to do voices, to do characters, to do commercials. You want to learn more about all that? Join us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time as How to Rock the Stage is back live with us again. And Richard Crossman will be my guest. You can find that on LinkedIn, Facebook, and other social media. Until then, I'm the Trigger, Rich Bontrager, hoping you have a great day. And come back tomorrow again, 2 p.m., live with the Trigger. We'll give you more insights, tips, and tricks so you to shine on camera and shine on stage. We'll see you then.